The thing is, by the way, in 121 verse 7, the Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The truth is, that verse, at least for me, perhaps for you as well, it sticks in my throat a bit. Because there's experiences that I have where I say, I'm not sure about this, the truth of this passage. We all bear scars from multiple wounds from life. And that's why it's important for us to ask, well, what exactly does this mean? To dig in a bit in the original Hebrew into which the Old Testament was written, including Psalm 121, the word for harm, it doesn't actually mean like harmful events, it means evil. And the word for life, it means soul. That what the psalmist is trying to communicate in this particular verse, in verse 7, that as we journey with God, that evil will not be able to take us out of God's presence. That we will always journey and always travel with the one who loves us most, who loves us deepest, and is caring for us most fully, even when we walk through valleys with shadows of death. It is from that harm, it is from that evil, that isolation, and that despair of soul that God will keep us and hold us. What does it mean that God is watching over us? God watching over us is God as a guard, as a watchman. A phrase that we've used at different points in the life of Christ City is that God is keeping vigil over us. Vigil is often used as one who is keeping awake and who is keeping alert, oftentimes through the watches of the night while others sleep. Other times it's keeping vigil next to someone who is in a vulnerable place, like in a hospital, or who is healing from some wound or some illness. While we are most vulnerable and even while we rest, that God is keeping vigil over us, contending on our behalf, working on our behalf, even when we are unable to work on our own behalf. God is watching over us, safeguarding us, especially during times of our vulnerability. Even when we can't see Him or hear God, God is with us. He watches over you, saints. But it's not just that He's sort of guarding or safeguarding us. The other thing of God watching over us is that God is delighting over you. To have God's eye on you is to experience God's delight over you. Repeatedly, when Psalm 121 says God is watching over you, it's not just that He's guarding or protecting you, but that whatever it is that you are able to do or unable to do, it does not matter, that God is delighting over you. He's enjoying you. He's believing in you. He's cheering you on. He's comforting you when you feel broken and hurt, that He is there for you. 5 times in 6 verses, the psalmist says that God watches over us, that God guards us and delights in us, not because we help ourselves, but because He is our help.